Unfortunately for us, these outpourings of the emperor's thoughts are very rare. He generally confined his conversation to some words of politeness or of curiosity respecting our route. Sometimes, however, he gave rise to scientific discussions by asking questions respecting to India or China. On the 23rd of September, 1815, we crossed the line by one of those singular hazards which sometimes occur at latitude 0, longitude 0, declination 0. That is to say, the vessel, conducted by a west wind, which had blown for several days, came under the line exactly at midday, at the first meridian, and on the day of equinox. The passage of the line occasions a great merrymaking and a kind of saturnalia among the sailors. All is confusion, overturning the natural order of things on board. The boatswain represents Neptune. He is sovereign for a few hours, and no one is exempted by his rank from receiving baptism, a kind of grotesque homage to be rendered to the monarch of the seas by any one who has not before passed the line. Neptune exhibited towards us a very gracious respect. He exempted us from the ceremonies of shaving and of baptism, and when each of us, conducted by our godfathers for the time being, was presented to him, he told us that we had too often received the baptism of fire and of glory to require another baptism before becoming his friends. And when the ceremony was concluded, he asked to be allowed the honor of making acquaintance with the demigod called General Bonaparte. The emperor graciously consented to the presentation and gave, through the Grand Marshal, 500 Napoleons to Neptune, in order that he and all his court might drink to his health. That was the signal for deafening hurrahs and cries of "Long live the Emperor of Napoleon!" The Admiral and Captain Ross did not venture to oppose this royal liberality, but they feared, and with justice, the consequences of it, knowing that all this money, to the last farthing, would be expended in drink. The captain formed a clever plan. He congratulated the monarch of the seas on his good fortune, and harangued him so well that poor Neptune called to mind the flogging which would next Monday await those who became intoxicated, and offered to deposit the 500 Napoleons in the hands of his captain, to be returned to him on the discharging of the crew on one condition, namely, that an extra quantity of rum should be given out as a ratification of the treaty. This plan was a wise one, for even notwithstanding it, Neptune and 20 of his subjects of a day would have been cruelly flogged next Monday. So intoxicated had they been, if we had not obtained their pardon from the admiral.